In the vast catalogue of OS Flintstones, El Soberano Marmol stands out not because of its jokes but because of its patience. The episode takes its time to build a psychological portrait of Fred Flintstone as a man intoxicated by symbolism. Marble, in this context, becomes a metaphor for control, stability, and masculine pride. From the very first sequence, the camera language emphasizes scale, repeatedly framing Fred next to large stone structures, making him appear both powerful and absurd. This visual contradiction is essential. The show invites the audience to laugh while simultaneously asking uncomfortable questions about why Fred wants to be larger than life. The pacing of the episode is deliberate, almost slow, allowing each small behavioral shift to register. Fred does not become tyrannical overnight. He grows into it, buoyed by applause, encouragement, and his own echo chamber. One of the most effective scenes occurs early when Fred explains his vision of the marble monument to Barney. Barney listens politely but keeps interrupting with practical concerns. These interruptions are played for laughs, yet they serve a deeper function. They represent reality knocking on the door of ego. Fred's irritation reveals how fragile his authority is. Wilma's presence throughout the episode is restrained but incisive. She never directly challenges Fred's dream. Instead, she questions its necessity. This approach makes her critique more powerful. She is not anti-ambition, she is anti-delusion. The community of Bedrock also plays a fascinating role. They are not victims in this story, but collaborators. They cheer, they attend ceremonies, they repeat Fred's slogans. The episode suggests that sovereignty is not seized but granted, often casually. There is a montage where townspeople adopt Fred's invented customs, and it is both funny and unsettling. It mirrors how easily societies normalize arbitrary rules when they are packaged as tradition. The marble itself becomes almost a character. Its smoothness contrasts with the rough textures of bedrock, marking it as unnatural, imported, and elitist. When the sculptor describes its durability, the dialogue drips with irony. Nothing in bedrock lasts. Dinosaurs break, houses collapse, friendships strain. The promise of permanence is a lie, and the episode knows it. The midpoint of the narrative is marked by Fred's isolation. Surrounded by people, he is emotionally alone. His speeches grow longer, his jokes flatter, and his laughter louder, all signs of insecurity. The unveiling scene is a masterclass in tonal balance. The music swells, the crowd gathers, and Fred basks in his moment, yet the framing subtly distances him from everyone else. He stands elevated, literally above the crowd, foreshadowing his fall. When the marble finally cracks, the sound design emphasizes emptiness rather than chaos. The silence afterward is more powerful than the crash itself. Fred's reaction is not anger but confusion, as if he genuinely believed the stone would protect him from reality. The final act avoids easy redemption. Fred does not give a heartfelt apology speech. Instead, he quietly returns to normal life, smaller, less certain, but more human. That choice elevates the episode. It respects the audience enough to let growth be implied rather than announced. Watching this episode again as an adult, I am struck by how gently it handles ego. It does not demonize ambition, nor does it glorify humility. It simply shows consequences. In that sense, El Soberano Marmol feels almost philosophical. It asks what we build and why, and whether the structures we chase are meant to shelter others or merely to reflect ourselves. For a show often dismissed as simple comedy, this episode reveals a thoughtful core, reminding us that even in a world made of stone, the most fragile material is pride.